Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Real Estate 101. Right now, before we step into today's topic, this episode I'd like to say is proudly sponsored by Hodari Talent Management, which is a premium talent management company that helps resource focused on identifying, developing, and representing football both locally and internationally. And I thought today I should big up them because just like real estate, a football career needs structure, guidance, and above all, it needs long-term practice. So big up Hodari Talent Management for all the good work that you're doing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Real Estate 101, an affiliate of Encop Holdings. As we keep saying, we are going to be having like a full episode for Encop Holdings, but so far we have covered in this series, we've talked about Kajiado and how it makes sense to buy land over here. And we've also talked about how to buy land over here the smart way and to avoid the many pitfalls that people or the first-time buyers find themselves in. But now comes the part that scares people the most. You've paid, you bought land legitimately, you've paid, you have your title. Now comes the part that you ask, Sasa nifanye nini? So let's talk about what really happens after you buy land and how to move from paperwork to progress without pressure. So one of the biggest mistakes new landowners make is thinking that they must build immediately, because ownership is just a milestone, and it's not a deadline. So land ownership gives you these following options. You can hold, you can fence so that you can plan, you can wait. In growth areas like in Nairobi, it is prudent that you develop immediately. If it's like residential land, you can build a flat over there. Growth areas in Nairobi, time itself becomes a part of your investment strategy, because as time goes by, commensurately, the land appreciates. So even if you decide to hold and sell later, it makes sense. Before you think about architects, of houses, of, as I keep saying, of that house, the fence and the gate, first you have to secure what you already own. And this means that you have to verify your beacons, you have to know your boundaries clearly, and you have to fence that portion that you have acquired now. Basic access planning, if there is no road to your shamba, then you have to plan on how to get those graders to come cut a road for you to your shamba so that it can be easily accessible. Because if you buy something that is landlocked, how are you going to get materials into your yard to even build that house that you're thinking about? So it is basic access planning. These steps protect you, both your asset and peace of mind, because anytime you decide to construct, you can actually access it and get materials on site. Okay, here's the truth many people don't tell you about. The best houses are planned or built on paper. You decide whether you're building now or later. You think about the utilities, understand the zoning and approvals, and budget realistically, especially in counties like Kajiado. Early planning alleviates your stress, because you have to go to the county office and see what the zoning of the place is, how many floors you can build your house, because there are places you can't build over 4 stories. So you have to know all that before you make your investment plan, because you need to understand your budget and budget realistically, especially in Kajiado. Early planning and how to get your materials from in Kajiado. You can get your sand, you can get your building blocks, you can get everything. There is that incidence where you want to do everything at once, please desist from that. You don't need to do everything at once. Many homeowners build in stages. They start small, improve gradually, and expand as income grows, because you have your hand in too many pies. You want to buy materials, you want to lipa fundis, you want to do all that by yourself. That is why you need a professional when you're starting to build. This phase is like a phased approach to land ownership into a journey, not a financial shock or a financial meltdown when you come calculate everything at the end of it all. You bought land and then you want to buy the materials. That is where so many people lose it, because the money you had and all that you had planned for doesn't seem enough. And then you start getting worried and getting ulcers for nothing. So everything has to be phased. It has to be step by step. And that's why we are here to show you how you can do this. Beyond prices, structures, land represents something deeper. Because I know to some it becomes security, it becomes stability, a future home, and something actually to pass on to your kids if you have your kids. And in regions influenced by long-term developments, land quietly matures into generational wealth. It offers security, let's just say that, and it offers stability, and it's a future home, and something, as I said, you pass on to your kids. In closing, it is the calm after the purchase. Here is the real takeaway for today. Buying land is not the finish line, it's the foundation, and you don't need to rush. You need just to plan. And when you own land in the right place with the right mindset, the future stops being confusing and starts being intentional. This has been Real Estate 101, and if it has actually benefited you in any way, feel free to subscribe, share, and let me see you on the next one. So as we said previously, I'd like to big up the sponsors of today's episode, which is Hodari Talent Management. And I like what they're doing with young talent in Kenya. They've already taken several players to places like Finland, Spain, and other places. Yeah, they are doing a good job. Big up Hodari Sports Talent Management, and we hope for the best. Thank you.